having my Wigs for Kids wig as well made me feel as if I was able to, have this. I do have alopecia and I have no hair, but also I can have hair when I want to have hair.
Hey, Jeffrey Paul with Emily with some incredible tips for you going back to school. And not only going back to school, but having no hair and wearing a hair addition or a wig or a hairpiece. And our first topic is, how do you talk to your teachers about alopecia? You had to go through this. How did you talk to the teachers when that first day of school came?
My hair first fell out when I was in high school, so it was something that was kind of difficult for me, figuring out how to open up that conversation so I would be more comfortable at school. After my freshman year is when my hair had started to fall out, and throughout the summer, I was thankful that I had the summer to kind of figure some stuff out for myself, but I was definitely very shy about what had happened to me at first. So my mom actually reached out to the dean and to the president of my high school and told them about what had happened to me, so that if I ever needed something, they had already known what was going on, so that I could feel a little bit more comfortable at school. So I think it's definitely important for, the parents to be looking out for the children, especially when they're a little bit shy about the topic, so that they can, reach out to the teachers, especially if it has happened to someone, in elementary through middle school as well, just so that, the students will feel like they have someone to talk to.
You and your family became proactive, it sounds like, rather than hiding or hoping nobody knows, which is really a very difficult stress for parents and children.
Yes.
How did you handle the teachers that you had in your classes?
So I think it was kind of like a pyramid going down. So once the president and the dean had known of the school, they were told to kind of let the teachers know. It is very stressful, the hiding portion of having alopecia and wearing the wig. I think that I'm like hiding behind it, but really I want to be more open about it. It's just that first initial, how do you tell them that this is what's going on, instead of, showing up to school every day hoping that no one notices.
Right. So. And wearing a Wigs for Kids hairpiece, which we know, if somebody had to go out and buy that, we're talking about $5,000, $6,000, or $7,000, 14 inches of hair, virgin from the donations of ponytails. You look so natural that it also offsets, and we want that. It offsets everybody that you're just normal like everybody else, and then you gotta have a hair. But you have this person inside that you're emotionally thinking, what if somebody sees something? What if somebody asks me a question? So you really beat that by coming forward, and that was really incredible.
Yeah, I was thankful for my friends and everyone who made me feel more confident and able to do that, especially having my Wigs for Kids wig as well made me feel as if I was able to have this. I do have alopecia and I have no hair, but also I can have hair when I want to have hair, and I did want to.
That's right.
So.
Now, did you educate or did you use any educational means about alopecia with the school, so they kind of knew like you didn't have a disease that you were going to be catching?
Yeah, I liked when people would ask me questions about what had happened to me, because it made me feel like they cared to know and they were more interested. I was extremely lucky to have gone to an all-girls school where I felt like it didn't matter who knew, but I know that especially in some grade schools, bullying can be an issue. So it's especially important that the teachers are aware of a student's situation, so that they can be looking out for the student and, kind of have their ears open just in case.
First, you go to administration.
Yes.
And inform them, educate them, and get them into the loop. Let them communicate with the teachers down through the process. Now, did you ever have a one-on-one with your teacher eventually, once you were in school, that she could kind of ask you the questions?
Right. I think that, my school psychologist, I had been, talking to her, especially if I was having a bad day. In high school, my school nurse knew. So, throughout the day, especially if it's like hot in the summer or like beginning to be summer weather, it would get maybe itchy under my hair, or just if I was having a frustrating day and I, was having a headache, I wanted to take my hair off, my school nurse knew. So I could go to the nurse's office whenever I want. I knew that was like my safe space. I could go into her room and just kind of relax for like 10 minutes if I needed to take my hairpiece off. So.
And what a better person to relate. I mean, a nurse, of course, would be, and then a safe place. I like that. Now remember that. Everybody needs a safe place, even with or without hair. We all need safe places. Well, that's really precious for the listening audience, our Wigs for Kids recipients and their parents. Again, the points are: talk to the administrators, educate them, get into communication with a nurse that is on staff, and then eventually have a little discussion with your teacher, because I'm sure that they're a little, what should I ask? What should I ask? And especially nowadays, you don't know what to ask. So that might be a real nice checklist for everybody to get ready. In the interim of somebody losing their hair in the middle of school, which is a little bit of a different spin, we'd still take the same, approach, I would believe, those kind of points of reference of letting the administrator know, then they should do their job at working.
Especially if it's happening to you in the middle of the school year, because it gets really hard to hide really quickly.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, you know, National Alopecia Areata Foundation has some resources available too, where, you know, they have some lesson plans laid out for elementary through middle school students on, you know, how to prevent bullying or how to go about it, how to talk to parents, how to talk to students. So that's definitely a useful resource that, you know, parents can be sending off to the administration.
And we will put a link down below for you for the Alopecia Foundation, because they are a good support system as well. And a couple other support links that we'll put in there, and a checklist that will give you what Emily had gone through. I hope this helps you, and we are going to continue on with tips on our YouTube channel to help educate you to look yourself, feel beautiful inside and out. And we're going to go into some tips on how to make your hairpiece before it gets on your head look beautiful. We're going to have those in the lineup. So stay tuned. And if you have questions, if you have any question whatsoever, there is no dumb question. Ask us, and we'll work on coming back with an answer and a how-to to help you look yourself and live your life beautiful inside and out.